Hey everyone, and we are continuing our streak of videos because that's the second day of me doing anything, like literally fucking anything. I count anything as even as a video that would be like 10 minutes long where I just burp and then it ends. At least something, being continuous is the key. Yeah, now I'm gonna just actually be doing some basic basic stuff that doesn't that I just can do. Once again, I mean, as always, why do I say that every time? But what I remember just now that I have actually had a server where I need water. Yeah, I have it. I have had a server in Minecraft where it would be like some kind of roleplay, and we would actually forbid elytras there, and the reason was because it would just make the game too easy, I would say. You really exclude a lot of human interaction when you add elytra, and we wanted to end it, so we decided to end it, and when we forbade it, let's just say that the things didn't really go our way, and a guy out there, he decided to blow the fuck up. He decided to blow the whole server, and then he didn't even leave. I mean, he wasn't, as he described it later, he was as if he was possessed. I feel like Elytra is too overpowered. Oh shit! I don't know. Well, it's not that big of a deal. I feel like Elytra does kind of ruin the game, actually. Kinda. Like it's not that it completely ruins it, because still, like, it's a great method to transport your ass from point A to point B. But it does, especially on the public servers, it does exclude a lot of human interaction. And just to compare, actually, even if right now I decided to, I could do it this way. Shit, I can do it this way and go here, where, for example, I needed to go here, or I can actually get on my fucking feet and do it this way. And even if I jump, even if I just sprint and jump, I can go around and I can enjoy the things I've built. If I do it the other way, though, I don't really get to see it. I don't really get to see this beautiful, whatever it is. Actually, I don't know. I just built it because I decided it would look cool. Cool. It would look cool, and I get to see all the things I've built, and maybe I come up with a new idea. But here, I can just do it this way, and I did because it's faster. Obviously, I understand why, but I just feel like on the multiplayers, especially on multiplayer servers, it would ruin a good part of fun. It would take away a good chunk of fun, just because you exclude so much of human interaction that would otherwise happen. Like you could meet somebody, and then you could start a conversation, and you could come up with an idea to build something. It could be anything, but it's just that you could even just conduct this small talk with them. Just because it's roleplay. Oh, actually, yeah, a big part of it was to mention that it's a roleplay server. It was a roleplay server because I love roleplaying, and I really noticed that if we were using, for example, horses, it would just look. At least for me, it would feel much better because once again, you get to actually talk to people on the roleplay server. Otherwise, everybody just uses Elytra, and you don't really get to. 1 second. Yes, I was sitting in Discord and my friend joined. Yeah, so what I was talking about once again. Elytra. So, yeah, I did feel like if we were using horses, for example, it would be just much more atmospherical of its word. It would just feel as if the server was more alive. Like it could even fit. It would fit in role playing because you'd have to simply go around the city and not just fly above it. And I forgot. I wanted to say it in German right now. It's a big part of it, actually, because you just start to feel like a part of it. And talking about real life, I feel like actually, yeah, planes are. But I've actually recently I thought about having a yacht, and let me tell you, I just realized how cool it is to actually have one, to have a yacht. Like, just imagine sailing away on a yacht, and I don't know, you're just somewhere in the middle of nowhere. It's completely dark. The only thing you hear is wind If there is any, there will be any because it's water. But the only thing you hear is wind and the waves, and that's it. And just imagine sitting there when the sun goes down or up, and just looking at the sun. I might be romanticizing it. You get the point. I might be over exaggerating it. Yeah, over exaggerating is the word. I might be over exaggerating it, but romanticizing, I think it's the word. I might be over exaggerating it, but still, I feel like it would be a great experience, especially if you have somebody to do it with. Like, I don't know, take your loved one or a friend. I just said it as if you didn't love your friends. I mean, not in a romantical sense, of course, because otherwise they're your lovers then, but I didn't do that once again. But still, just having the yacht, and I decided that I want to build one here, actually. I'm gonna run by feet. Since I'm talking about methods to transfer your ass from point A to point B, I'm gonna be running by my feet. I thought about building a yacht, and there must be at least one somewhere around here, in this river, and I want to build a port somewhere there. I'm not sure where though, because I don't remember, but I have a map, and I want to build something there, something around there, because I believe there was a perfect island for that. No, it must be there. Yeah, that would be in the far future actually, because I need to actually build it. Actually, not necessarily. I think that I'll be building wide here on in general, because I just want this city to look big, to look wide. You know, shit. I just wanted to look wide, so I'm gonna probably just proceed with building buildings here, not filling them up, which I'm gonna do later, and then later when I get like the inspiration or whatever, I'm just doing something, and you know, I'm just in my 2-week Minecraft phase. I'm just gonna probably be filling the buildings up, because for now I have one building, and I want it to be more, you know. I want it to be more, and I want it to be wide once again. So the next building is probably going to be somewhere around here, I think. Yeah, here would be a good place, I would say. So there is going to be like a road or something, a path that would go into these buildings, and maybe I'm gonna make an underground tunnel or something like that. But it's gonna look cool. At least I imagine it this way. Like, it's gonna be like an area of buildings, as weird as it sounds. It's just gonna be surrounded by them, and yeah. Once again, it's just gonna look cool. And about buildings, actually, when I lived back in my days when I lived in a village, I thought that I would really love to live in a city. But now that I live in a big one, I'm not so sure anymore, because I kind of don't like the vibe here. I mean, it is good. Maybe it's because I don't know shit. Maybe it's because I don't have that many people to share my experience with. But I just feel like living in a city that's like maybe up to 100,000 people, maybe a bit more sized, something around that. That's not big, but it's not a village either. It's just good. I feel like it would be something I would love to live in, because right now I live in a city that has, I believe it has like, fuck you, you scared me. Oh no, there's many of you. I'm not gonna do that. Right now I live in a city which has like 5,000, I think something like that, 500,000. It has something around that, and oh shit, I thought it was a skeleton. And I can tell you that it is. I mean, I like having everything nearby. Like, I can buy basically everything that if I want, but I don't like it as much as I liked it when I lived in a smaller city. It might be because it's my hometown, and you're obviously connected to your hometown, like spirit by the spirit. I wanted to say, you're obviously connected, but I'm not sure if it's related to being spiritically connected by the spirit, or it is because it's just better by vibes, you know. And what I would 100% for now at least not like to do is living in a village because it's just so small. And I don't know, it is kind of good to live there in terms, you know, you can just go there for a week or something just to rest from all the stuff you do in the city, like all the I forgot the word. I can't remember it in English. I remember it in German though. From all the routine, I think it was the word. No, there was another one. But from all the routine, you want to just rest, and I feel like a village would be a perfect place to do that. If not something like a tent in mountains. I thought about it recently, and I realized that tent in mountains would be also great. Like you just, maybe for a few days, maybe for 2 or 3 days, you just take your food, you just take your tent, you just take something like, I don't know, a fucking book, or at least something to do, because obviously you're gonna go crazy if you don't take anything. But yeah, just take anything that you want to do for these 2 days, and you do it in mountains or in a forest. I feel like mountains would be better just because of the views. But yeah, you do it somewhere in nature. That's the main point. And yeah, actually in nature, I think that's the breaking point. Because right now, we people, we barely see anything that's made by nature. If we, of course, don't count us as nature, because then you can say that everything is made by nature around you. I mean, like houses, laptops, I don't know, keyboard, bottles. But I mean the actual nature, like not the human-made nature, human-made things like artificial stuff. Because what I see, if I look outside, all I'm gonna see that's there by the nature, not made by humans, is gonna be trees, grass, stones, rocks. I mean, and I think that was it. It's not that there is much to it, but it's not gonna be a lot of trees either, and it's not gonna be a lot of grass either. And that's included in the fact that I live in not such a gray city, you know. It's not bad. I would say I love it actually. And still, everything you see around you, it's human-made. It's artificial, and I don't know if it's a good thing, because we've made our own values. Of course, that's what made us rise. That's why we rose. Because we made those values up. Like we were able to, for example, make up money so that we can communicate, we can work more efficiently, we can unite in larger groups. Of course, it was a breaking point once again, but that made us live in an artificial world, and I don't feel like it's a good thing. I think that's the reason why most people feel stressed, even if they have it all going on. Just because you don't get in touch with nature that much, if I can say it that way. You just don't get to live in it, even for a day in a week. And especially for me, actually, because as I mentioned before, maybe I'm not sure if I did it in the video I published, but I actually go outside pretty rarely, like really seldom. I go outside, and it would be either that I go outside and I'm outside for 2 weeks. Actually, of course, I'm over exaggerating, but I don't know, like for the whole day, not over exaggerating. Or I sit in the house for the next 2 weeks and I just do nothing. I mean, but in terms of not going outside, of course, I just can't sit and do nothing actually anymore. Like I could do it when I was younger, but now I feel some kind of guilt when I don't do anything. And it is a good thing, but it is a good thing when it's not damaging. Because in my case, it's not actually damaging; it's more actually beneficial, I would say. because sometimes I do not do anything for the whole day, and then at the end of the day, I'm like, oh well, that feeling sucks. That feeling sucks. I feel guilt now. Guilt. I don't even know whom I feel guilt before. Whom I feel guilty before. Is it how you say it? But yeah, you get the point. You get the point that it's some kind of a default since some moment. Actually, it's not default then, but it's some kind of setting you set up, and it then doesn't let you to just break it. Especially if it's a habit, especially if you've been doing something for a good amount of time, and then you just can't help but do something. Even if you don't do anything for a week, after a week you're gonna feel like shit. You're gonna feel like shit, and you're gonna notice it. Of course, you're gonna notice how you're feeling, because that's like the first thing you notice. That's the only thing you react to, actually. And I think that was it. I'm not sure if I was yapping good enough, but I hope it was good enough to keep you engaged till this point. Thanks for watching, everybody, and remember that mitochondria is the powerhouse of cell.